Hello everyone and welcome back to That Paradox Gaming. So I'm back with another episode on luaQuest. So I've really been getting into making this adventure map to teach people how to use ComputerCraft and program with Lua. Now, so far I think I've got the first 6 or so challenges set out, and those are basically to teach people how to just use the computers. So you're not really getting into any programming yet. Now, I've made some good developments actually in some of like the game mechanics, how everything works. To start off with, ComputerCraft 1.66 has updated and the PDAs are now wireless, which is fantastic. It's let me make this messenger program. So now with each quest, you can get a little message. So we can see here, this is the first one. So welcome to luaQuest. Welcome to luaQuest. And you push this button to begin. I've also changed up a lot of the interiors and stuff, changed how a lot of stuff looks. So let's get into it. Also I've improved the speech, but we'll get into that soon. So here we go with welcome. So welcome to luaQuest. To get started, click the begin button below. So click on the button and well, hello there. This is the web display mod, and what it does is it lets you view web pages in Minecraft via this screen that you build. It can also plug into ComputerCraft, so I'm using it that way. Now, it lets you view any web page and can play videos. So right now, this is playing live off YouTube. Well, live while I'm recording this, watching this earlier recording of everything starting to get a bit Inception. But you get the idea. So basically, at various points in the game, when you need more instruction than I could just give you via your PDA or via the speaking computer, I'll be able to just have videos pop up in-game, which the user can watch. Kind of cool. Now, this mod web displays at the moment does not work on Linux or Mac. So alternatively, if the mod's not installed, I'll just have a link to a YouTube video, or I'll have the address, or I'll at least say which video it is, maybe in a playlist on my channel. So there'll be other ways of getting around it if this doesn't work, because it won't work for everyone who's going to want to use it. So that's okay. But anyway, I think that's pretty much it from me here in the wall, so I'll throw it back to you, me. Thank you very much, me. So yeah, that's the web display mod, and it's really good. You can view any web page, including YouTube. So I'm getting my YouTube videos up in here, as you can see. So we can go back to various points. There we go. We can pause it. It's great. You gotta have an empty hand. If you try clicking on it with something in your hand, well, yeah, it's just not gonna work. But yeah, it's a great mod. Check it out sometime. And it's going to be great for this series because when it gets to the more complicated concepts, especially with programming loops and variables, all that sort of thing, it's going to be really great for the user to be able to go watch a video. So I'll have a companion series on my YouTube channel. And if you don't have web displays installed because you're running Linux or Mac or whatever, just here in the PDA, there'll be either a web address or a link to at least a playlist, possibly, which has, and tell you which video in the playlist you need to watch, something like that. So yeah, gonna be good. It's a great mod. As you can see, this is actually like the YouTube page. So if I break up here, you can see there's, the YouTube search bar and stuff. Probably says YouTube, there you go, up there in the corner. Very handy. I quite like it. Nice one. Well, let's move along. So, what's next? Well, let's continue with the quest. So, usually, if this was actually the quest, that there would be an introduction. I'd explain some of the rules, etc. Things like that. It'd just be a little introduction to the adventure map. Now, let's get on with what we're doing. So, I've improved the speech with the speaker peripheral. So a lot of people complained that a lot of it was completely not understandable, or it sounded horrible, which I did mention in the video was fix-upable. And I think I've done that, so let me know what you think of this.
Hello? Are you awake? Can you hear me? I'm Dr. Janice Polito. You've taken a nasty blow to the head. Do you know what day it is? Oh dear, Your injuries are so bad you seem to have lost the ability to speak. You better come find me so I can see to that head wound. To get out of there you'll need to open the door from the computer. Go to the computer by the door.
Nice. So as you can see, that's better. There's a few bits and pieces which are still a bit bleh, but you can understand what it's saying, and it's not totally painful to listen to. At least not for me. Let me know what you think in the comments. Cool. So let's move on. So here we can see I've added this to a lot of the computers where to actually get started with the quest, you're gonna have to press enter or hit any key. So it says system offline, press any key to enter command prompt.
Oh dear, the whole network is offline or corrupted. I'll need to talk you through this. Type the word programs into the computer and hit enter.
So as you can see here in the PDA, to see what programs are on the computer, type programs. So we'll go ahead and do that.
Now you can see all the programs on the computer. You're going to need to use the redstone program to open the door. Type redstone. Set. Left. True.
And again, if we check the PDA, we can see to open the door, type redstone set left true. Whoops, didn't mean to break that. Just give me a sec. There we go, put that back. Cool, so bam.
Good. Move on to the next door.
Now nothing's much has changed with this one. This was also before, this was to reboot the computer, so yeah, we'll just hit any key.
This computer seems to have crashed. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Push and hold Control and the letter T until you see the flashing cursor. Pushing Control T will end any program running on a computer.
So push and hold
Now
Control.
type reboot and hit enter to restart the computer. The hole has ruptured. Force field deployed. That was close. You should be more careful. Move on to the next computer.
Oh, I didn't fix that little pause up with move on to the next computer, but anyway, I will fix that up. It's not a big deal. Cool, so yeah, I left that little event in because that was fun. Okay, so now I've got some new quests which I put in. So let's get on with that. So also you saw before, so there's all the instructions on rebooting and stuff. Now when we hit enter on this one,
you'll need to locate the file that opens the door. To see what files are stored in the computer, type L S R. I think it's obvious which file we want to run. Type open door as you see it written on the computer to run the file. Looks like there is another door. Go to the computer at the next door.
Now something else, I'm going to add a bit more speech to start also setting up, what's going on and everything. So I'm going to add some more story. And I think as we go from door to door, I'll add, a bit of, just backstory as to what's happened to really kind of, gamify this a bit more.
You'll need to search through the directories of this computer. Type L S and hit enter. You will see directories called DMG and ROM and SEC. Let's change to the SEC directory. To change directories, type C D space S E C. You are now in the SEC directory. To see the files in this directory, type L S. Let's try running that. Open file. Type O P E N and press enter.
Nice. Yes. All right. Anyway, so yeah, run open so you can see there's a file. Oh.
That was uneventful. It seems that wasn't the file we needed. Go back to the root directory by typing cd space dot dot and hit enter.
Now, one of the things is if you type in the command and hit enter before it's the computer's finished talking, the computer will start talking over itself. So I've got to figure out some way around that. I might show you that in a second.
Good. Let's look at the directories again. Type ls
So
and hit
ahead.
enter.
Yeah, so I've jumped ahead and I've actually broken everything because if I type ls, it's not going to send. So I've got to actually work on that because it's inevitable some user's going to accidentally do that. You can restart any mission by just saving and quitting and coming back, and you should just be able to, yeah, so just quit and then reload and you'll be able to restart any mission. But I've got to set it up so the user can't accidentally jump ahead of what the computer's the voice is saying, because if I do cd-emg now, it's going to think I'm at the stage
We'll
where I
need
typed
to
ls.
access that emg directory.
So anyway, let's skip that one. So
Type
that one's
C
just
D space E M G and enter.
okay, good. We'll skip that guy. So yeah, and then look, this one's kind of the same, similar to what it was. This one's a bit more interesting. At this point, basically, I've let the user now. They're not on a script like these ones are kind of. I should have actually shown that. Let's because this is actually we're not actually just using a computer normally. This is all sort of scripted. So if I edit startup, what we can see here is that we're actually waiting for the user to type precise commands. So we're saying type ls, and you put any other command in that would usually work, it's not going to work. So if you type programs in there, it's just going to say try again. So we're looking for specific things like ls. We're also looking for cd sec to change directories to the sec directory and stuff. Well, this computer doesn't work that way. This one is actually going to be you're free to just actually explore the computer. So let's start this guy up.
The red light means the next room is depressurized. There's a file on the computer that will repressurize it. Excuse me, I have to deal with something. Look through the computer and find that file.
Cool. So while she's off fighting something, so this is completely unscripted. You can type whatever you want, programs, etc. And the idea is you're actually going to search for a specific file that's going to get this room repressurized and lower this force field. So yeah, you type ls. You can see there's a few directories in here. I know which one I'm looking for. I think. No, I can't remember. Anyway, so in here I've got actually like I put in, I made some logs. So if we run pw, there we go. If there's a really bad, password or something someone's got. If we see change directory to Dr. Janice Polito. Yeah, and in here we can see some of her logs. So if we run one, we can see there, all medical equipment and supplies are aboard the Zephos. Medical unit reports ready for transport to planet Abydos. There you go. So some stuff in there. We're looking for one specific file, which I think is in. Oops, CD. Which one was it? CD, MNTC, LS. There we go. FLW. That's the file we want. Nice. So now we've got another one. So Yeah, the idea with that was we were getting the user comfortable with moving around directories and searching for files, because that's an important thing to be able to do, on a computer, to be able to find programs and different files or programs that the user's written and stuff. So this, yeah, once they're able to get through here, it means that they're comfortable changing through different directories. And if we look through here, actually, let's go back to find the file, was that quest, and it just says, using the commands you've learned, ls, cd, and cd dot dot, find the file to repressurize the room. So yeah, using those, you can look around and start running some files. Cool. So then you come in here, and we can see we've got like a locked door computer here. This one says, do not interact with this computer yet. So it's kind of breaking the fourth wall a little bit there. But oh well, let's move on. Let's see how Janice went with those zombies.
Okay, where were we? Oh good, you made it inside. The force field leading out of the room is still up. You should be able to take it down from this computer. Let's see what files are on this computer. Type ls. Oh dear. All the files are gone. Let me check something. Okay, there should be a copy of the file we need on the gold computer. Oh, it's in a locked room. Go to the computer by the door. Check to see what files are on this computer. Try the open file. I think the config file got corrupted. See the conf hash file above? It should be called config. You'll need to rename the file to config to make it work. Type rename space c o n f hash space config.
And if we look in here, we should see, well, we should have, yep, here we go, rename, copy, and disks. So that's this quest here. And there's a lot of stuff in this quest, so I kind of filled up the page. But here we can see rename conf hash to config. This will change the name of the con hash to the name of con hash to config. Anyway, maybe I should clear up the language in that a bit. But yeah, so we run that.
Good. Type ls. You can see the file is now named config. Run open again. Excellent. Go to the gold computer inside. Now look at the files on this computer.
And by this point, number of times we've typed ls, I would hope the user, would know to look at the files on the computer. You type ls.
We need the file called ff put onto the computer by the window. You can see there is a directory named disk. Next to the computer there's a disk drive with a disk in it. Take
What the?
out the disk. Now type ls again.
Okay, there should be a disk in there, not a piece of stained glass, but whatever.
The disk directory is now gone because there is no disk in the drive. Put the disk back in the drive. You access the drive like you would any directory by typing cd space disk. And you go back to the root directory like normal by typing cd space dot dot. We need to copy the ff file onto the disk. To copy files you need to type the source file and the destination file. Type copy space ff space disk /ff.
That was a bit of a Freudian spelling error there. Sorry about that. Cool. So now, this is showing you how you copy files. This is specifically onto a disk, but obviously we'll get the user to copy files around the place later, you know, to other places, just to make sure they understand how copying works.
Good. Take the disk from the drive and place it in the drive connected to the computer by the window.
Oh, I need to fix up that bit of speaking. That was a bit bad. Anyway.
Good. Now we need to copy the FF file off the disk and onto the computer. Type copy space disk /FF space FF and hit enter.
I did that backwards. Whoops. From disk to the computer. There we go.
We can now run the file to lower the force field. Type FF.
Nice. Cool. Nice. And that's basically as far as I've gotten, because it did take a lot of work to do, to get this far. Had to write the full messenger program and like a server that listens for all that. Had to rewrite basically every file that I had, and fix up a lot of the speaking. I didn't fix up some of the speaking there at the end, so that's good to know that I gotta work on that. But yeah, so that's what I've got. Now that is probably most of the basics really that you need to know to use a computer. There's some other stuff which I'll get into, later on. But yeah, just because I hadn't uploaded anything to the channel, I thought you guys might want to know what I've been working on. So yeah. Anyway, look, thank you so much for watching. Please hit me up with any ideas, suggestions, all that kind of stuff, because anything you can do, anything that you can tell me will improve this. And that would be fantastic. So hit me up with any suggestions for challenges or mechanics or just anything at all. All right, guys. Well, as always, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if that's your thing. And I will catch you next time. Cheers.